monitor out?
I don't think so. Now it is. We should be on.
That's the wrong one. I don't know how to tune this guitar. But an in-tune show is a good show. This is Tom's Tuning Show. Well, I suppose they're for jazz. How about this? This doesn't have any dots on the side of the neck, so. Yeah, look at that. Okay, well, hello everybody. Welcome to Tom's Guitar Show. I'm Tom. They call me Guitar Tom because I'm often seen with a guitar. And they call me on the phone and say, hey man, what's your show about anyway? I say, oh, it's about an hour. About guitar players, guitar playing, all things guitaristic. So, if you want to call the show sometime, I mean, go ahead and dial a number. Nobody dials anyway, push the buttons. Anyway, we're going to talk about, guitar players, guitar playing, all things guitaristic. We want to talk about guitarrones, or sitars, guitarras, chitoles, luts, vihuelas, banjos, balalaikas, bazookies, bajos, sextos, tiples, tres, cavaquinhos, samba banjos. How's that, huh? Yeah, I was reading up on those. But I kind of want one, but maybe I'll try to behave myself. Because bad enough. Pipe organs, piccolos, clarinets, clavinets, trombones, trombomarinas. Anything musical's fine. Politics, world events, your own personality problems, that's fine too, because, we're here for you, but keep it clean. This is a family program. All right, so, anyway, oops. Let me move this over here a little bit. Let's see what that does. Wow, it makes it a lot hotter. There we go. Hang on. Sorry about that. I was late getting here. This is like saying I got a new guitar. Yeah.
Before 6 o'clock.
Yeah. I was here before 6. Yeah. The reason I was late was I was drilling a hole in this guitar because I was thinking it didn't have a hole for a strap button here, and I kind of hate to get out the drill and drill into a new guitar. I got this guitar a few weeks ago, but it took but I played it for like 5 minutes and said, okay, put the pickup in it because I wanted an electric 8-string classical guitar. and now I have one. So I actually haven't even. That's the first time I played it since I got it a few weeks ago. Before I was waiting for the guy to put the pickup in it. So I got it straight home and I drilled a hole and put a strap button in it, and here we are. My first maiden voyage with it. I didn't even practice it at home, so I'm not exactly sure where everything is. Got too many strings on it, but it's a dream come true. So that's my. Something's loose. Now, what do you think of that? Isn't that an ego trip? Ask not for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. Anyway, okay. That's not the only thing on the show, though. We have a couple other things. We have actually had some guests going to come on the show, and they're actually standing over there off stage slightly. And I'm torn between letting them suffer for a long time because I've spent most of my time waiting to go on, or they could just go on early in the show. So I mean, there's I guess you could go on. You want to play some guitar? All right. Well, we have Anna Schlickman here, and make sure everything's in order here. Oh, you done whacked your guitar, didn't you?
Yes, I always do that on the show.
You always whack it? Oh yeah. Huh? Oh, that's how it goes, right? Well, if I had a nickel for every time I whacked a guitar, anyway, never mind. I'm just okay. But yeah. So you've got the sound. Everything's ready. Everybody's cool, and the sound and everything like that. What you gonna play for us?
All Moderato by Fernando Sor.
Yeah, that's Opus 60, number 22, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I can hardly wait. Very nice, yeah, very good. Okay, yeah. So you like the classical guitar, right? That's
Yes.
that's the. Okay. I know there was some talk about you getting a bright purple Stratocaster at some point,
Yeah,
but
one time, my dad made me one, and I actually have a Purple Vox amp, which he bought for me one Christmas, but I haven't tried it out yet
yeah.
because I don't know how to play yet.
Oh well, you just play your classical guitar on the electric and hope nobody notices. That's what I always do. But yeah, okay. But you like the classical the best?
Yes, it's
Okay.
much more my style, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. That's who you are. Yeah, I notice. I understand. Believe me. I feel pretty much the same way, but I tend to slum a bit. I like Stratocasters and things too. But that's my first love is the classical guitar. Well, it's a very nice job. We'll have you play some more later not in the show, but in the future someday. That's very very good job. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
It's a nice piece. You did, made it sound good. Okay. So well, yeah. For now. Do you need that music stand?
No, I don't.
Hey, stagehand, you might have to take that off, that music stand off the stage there. He won't be needing it, and so, yeah, I was going to tell you. Okay. So, yeah, Shirag, you're, and you're Krishnamurti, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're Shirag Krishnamurti.
Pranav.
Pranav, I'm sorry, I was saying, I want to confuse that. I did that, I used to do that in the old days, I don't know why. Yeah. Well, okay, so what are you going to play as well, Bach for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Prelude in D by Bach and Bourrée by Bach.
E minor.
E minor.
Yeah. D minor and E minor. Okay, I can hardly wait. That's not that easy to play, is it? Or you noticed that?
Yeah.
Wow, when I was a boy, I played those two pieces together at a recital. I told you that before.
Yeah.
I was a little bit older than you, but only a little bit. But I had the disadvantage of not being able to take classical guitar lessons until I was 13. And you, when did you start?
Well, I came to Iowa City in 2008, so I started like around 2009-ish, 2008.
With me, but you
yeah.
took lessons back in Spokane. didn't
Yeah.
you? Classical
But-
lessons.
Yeah, only for a little while.
Oh, I
Like,
see. Yeah, okay. Well, you're just a little fellow when I first met you, but 2008, that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. So you've changed. More than I have, I hope. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, that's very good. Well, okay. And I like your guitar, by the way. Is that the? That's a La Patrie.
Yeah.
And that's the
collection.
The collection. That's the top of the line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting one of those. Yeah, just with a little pickup in it. You know, they have ones that have pickup, and so whenever I have to play electric, because I really like the sound of that thing. I think it's starting to sound better the longer you play it.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, it's opening up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you get cheap guitars made out of like plywood, it just sort of gets worse. You know, it's just because there's like all these little thin layers of wood, you know, and then they got glue in between them, and then the glue kind of loosens up, and it sounds like a cardboard box. You know, it sounds best when it's brand new, but that thing's starting to come out a little bit, and you kind of coax your own sound out of it by playing, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, a good guitar for you. You might be happy with that one.
A long
You-
time.
yeah, a long time. You may never be one of those kind of freaks who, you know, decides to go into classical guitar like really seriously, and you need like a $10,000 guitar and all this stuff. And you know, what kind of guys who puts like a silk thing up on their arm when they play and has a really special chair and everything. And you probably never be one of those kind of guys, you know. So you might be happy with that forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll probably have a good job someday, not like a guitar player. You know? So were you telling me that, like, about the guitar player who won the lottery?
Yeah, he won the lottery and he spent all his money on playing more recitals.
He said, well, I'm going to keep playing concerts till the money
Yeah.
runs out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll get a real job, and then you can, you know, just play your guitar for fun. Of course, if you have a good job, you can buy that $10,000 guitar. You know, just like go into your special room.
Yeah.
I know these guitar builders, you say they build dentist guitars, because dentists get paid pretty well.
Yeah.
Although they have the highest suicide rate in any medical profession I've read, but I don't know. But they, so they get these wonderful guitars, but they don't have time to play them, you see. Whereas, you know, guitar players, you know, two guys walking down the street, one of them was a guitar player, and the other guy, he didn't have any money either. Anyway, all right, okay, well, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
I'll,
Thank you.
guess I'll see you later. I won't see you for a little while, will you? Because you're going to leave, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, all right. Yeah. In fair disclosure, I have to tell you that these two young individuals here take lessons from me, and their corruption, I know, is partially my fault. So, anyway, great. Okay, well, where were we? I was playing this, so it's probably out of tune by now. Not too bad. I've just spent the rest of that show tuning. How can I follow that?
While you're doing that, maybe we should tell people where you'll be this weekend.
Well,
Are you going to beam down to Riverside?
I have quite a big weekend planned for myself. First off, Friday night I'm playing a wedding and then the dinner afterwards. So I'll be at the Brown Deer Golf Course, and you have to have an invitation to go there. You know, I mean, not to the golf course, but to the wedding. You know, it's in the clubhouse or whatever. Anyway. But Saturday is going to be quite a day around here. I'm going to, or for me anyway, I'm going to go to Riverside in the morning because Tom and the Tribbles are playing from, it says 11:15 to 1:15. We'll see. I mean, maybe we'll start at 11, but we have to get there before 9 though, because that's when the parade starts. And so you can't get, there from here while the parade's going on. So, and saying goodbye to my guitarist. They left already. Anyway, I don't blame him. I believe if I could. Anyway, so we're at Trek Fest in Riverside, Iowa, right in the Riverside is a city of parks. Actually, it's a small town, but anyway, it has a lot of parks. So, but it's the big park. So there's a bandstand there, and we'll be there. Tom and the Tribbles. These are, in full disclosure, those are my adult students. We've formed a band. We're going to play everything from country songs from the 1940s. Classic country from the 40s, and then to like classic rock of the 60s, and then some, unusual ethnic music of various kinds, Irish and maybe Finnish. I don't know. Let's see what all we get done. But anyway, lots of different stuff.
That's a big gathering of Star Trek fans.
Yeah. Yeah, there'll be a costume contest afterwards. So if you see Klingons wandering around, you'll know, But
And if you see Tribbles, that's the band.
that's us, Tom and the Tribbles. We got our T-shirts already, and they say Tom and the Tribbles on the back. So we have our own band shirts. So yeah, that's where I'll be there, and you might as well go there. I mean, you can get the funnel cakes and and hot dogs and everything like that. And then they have, I think they have a apple pie or a pie thing. They have a whole bunch of pies. Maybe it's a pie competition or something. I don't know. We always get free.
It's a whole small town festival. It isn't
Yeah.
just Star Trek.
Right, but it's because this is the future birthplace of Captain Kirk.
Right.
He'll be born there in a couple hundred years or something. I don't know.
Then can they follow you on over to beautiful downtown Kelowna?
Well, in the evening, yeah. But before that, and this is important. Upstairs from us at Uptown Bill's Coffee House. At
Upstairs
2.
from where we are right now.
Yeah, right where I am right now. And we are now at the PATV studios, the headquarters of PATV's empire. But above
That's
us,
the corner of South Dubuque and Lafayette.
yeah, down by the
In
tracks.
Iowa City.
Yeah, that's right. But above us right now is Uptown Bill's Coffee House, and so we, I guess, have secured the fourth Saturday of each month for a meeting of the Iowa City Classical Guitar Society, which is just a name. We used to actually be somebody a long time ago, but we kind of reignited. So basically, it's a place for people who want to play classical guitar for and with each other. And of course, if you don't play classical guitar, you could come, have a cup of coffee or one of their exotic soft drinks. That
Be
they
an
sell.
audience member.
Yeah, you could, because people get up and play, and then we have some trio music. We're going to try to put together an ensemble, and it's kind of slow going, but we're just getting going. So we've had a couple of meetings and had a pretty good time. People get up and play something. People who are working their way up in the business and classical guitar, and then we, there's some music people have. We're using the guitar school or the classical guitar school of Iceland, which is public domain free stuff. That,
Yeah.
this guy, Eitor Torliksson or something like that, some Viking name, has distributed. So we have these very simple little folk songs, and we're playing them together. So anybody who can read music and play classical guitar to even a fairly elementary level could join the group. I have high hopes of. There's a slow movement from Beethoven's Seventh Symphony. I have the music for that, but we're not ready for that. And then my goal is to do the Vivaldi Mandolin Concerto in C. But instead of having a string orchestra, have just all fretted instruments like guitars and mandolins and maybe string bass, which doesn't have a fret, but it's in fourths like a fretted instrument. And then Amy Donna, the ukuleleist. She was also the lead singer. She's principal ukuleleist and lead singer for the Tribbles, but she's also been performing Renaissance guitar music on the baritone ukulele because the Renaissance guitar only had 4 choruses, 4 like pairs of strings, but it was very similar to a baritone ukulele, so she's been playing that. So I was thinking, if we could do the Vivaldi, the harpsichord part, the chords could be played by the ukulele, and that would be cool. So this is my dream, but I think we had a mandolin player lined up, but he got kind of a promotion, and I guess he doesn't have time to do anything, let alone play mandolin right now. So we're hoping he takes early retirement or something. He's a doctor guy. But another mandolin player who's does pretty well. He's the principal mandolinist of the Tribbles, but he can also play classical music. So anyway, that's my goal. But anyway, yeah. So this is a long way around to saying, yeah, we're having a guitar meeting on Saturday at 2 until 4 at Uptown Bill's Coffee House.
Speaking of Uptown Bill's Coffee House, this show will originate from there.
That's right. On
June the 30th, Tuesday.
That's right.
And everybody's welcome to come watch it being made.
That's right. We could use an audience. Up at Uptown Bill's Coffee House next Tuesday at 6. This show will be live from the coffee house. I think it's something special to do, and I hope people come down. It's a free show, You could have a cup of coffee, that'd be nice. But anyway, or the exotic soft drinks that they have. He has all kinds of strange soda pops from around the world. But yeah, so
Or if
yeah,
you just want to watch a TV show being made.
yeah, just see the magic being made. It won't be in the studio; it'll be in the coffee house. But just you can come down and look at the studio afterwards if you want, or beforehand. or even sign up for the workshops and become a TV producer yourself.
Yeah, if you saw the big write-up in the paper a week or two ago, this is the place where you can learn to make TV.
That's right, yeah. So the write-up was kind of interesting, though. I didn't actually read it, but I've heard about it, and I should look it up. But they implied that the people are checking out equipment less often. But
That was what the paper said, yeah.
yeah, but see, the thing they didn't tell you is that actually we're producing more video than ever. So people are doing, more people have their own equipment, and people are actually not, are being more efficient and using less, equipment time.
That said, there is equipment here available for checkout.
There is, and people check out the equipment, they make television programs, but now, there are people who maybe, used to equipment a lot, and they didn't really turn in very much, But the people we have now are more dedicated, I think, and we're producing more hours of programming than ever. But they just, there's less, equipment checkout time because, people, as I say, some people have their own cameras because they're more affordable, little high definition cameras. People have their own computers to edit because it's not.
Edit programs are pretty reasonable these days.
Yeah, you can. I have.
They have professional level edit programs here,
Yeah,
but a lot of people have home edit programs that you can make perfectly acceptable video with.
very good videos with those. Yeah. So, anyway. But anyway, and then in my we're come down and see the show next Tuesday upstairs, Uptown Bill's. Think of something to do. I hope you'll be contributing something.
I will look up something,
Endeavor.
impart some wisdom of some sort.
Okay, well, impart some wisdom to the rest of us here. Okay, that's good. I'll have to think of something to do. I'll probably play guitar. I was going to play bass guitar on this show exclusively, but then this came in, and the guy finished putting the pickup in this, and so, Anyway.
So
and then,
tell us about that. It appears to have too many strings.
It does, and I'm going to tell you about it in 1 second. The only last thing I want to say is I'll be at the Tuscan Moon in Kelowna on Saturday night. If you want to go there and make reservations, it's a restaurant. I'll be there. I'm supposed to be there at 6. I'll be there by 6:30 maybe, but I'll play probably till 10. And I hope it's good weather because you could be outside, and it's wonderful outside. And the place is packed now at this time of year. Yeah. Pretty slow around the late February, but this is the busy season because people want to eat outside, and it's got this wonderful courtyard, patio area, whatever, and with vines growing on the pergola and all that stuff.
And this guitar player they bring down from Iowa City.
Yeah, and I've been supposed to be playing classical guitar, but I've been playing all kinds of things. Like I have a sparkly green, electric guitar, hollow body electric or semi-hollow. I played a red Stratocaster last Saturday night, and people liked it fine. So,
Bit of Beatles, bit of Dylan.
Beatles and Dylan, and I actually learned that song "When a Man Loves a Woman." I didn't mean to, but it was going through my head last week on sound check, so I figured it out. So I played that one on Saturday night. A little bit more, fancier than I did here last week. But anyway, never mind. Okay, so that's what I'll do. Okay, so, and then I'm going to stop talking in a minute, but I want to say, okay, this guitar, and this is an Ibanez of all things, but this is a special run of an 8-string. And I don't have, I'm going to order some slightly heftier strings for down here. So basically, and I just got this, as I say, it's been months in the, taken a while to get a hold of it, but now I have it as of today, as of this afternoon, actually, shortly before the show. So it's just a regular 6-string classical guitar. Then I have 2 more strings on it, and I had this on the show. If anybody watches, there are actually a few people watch my show every week. I don't know what maybe they can't get out. Maybe they can't get up. I don't know. But now I have an 8-string electric guitar that I got probably a couple months ago by now. Times sort of melting together in my mind. It all sort of. In the words of the poet, Bob Dylan, time is a jet plane, it moves too fast. But so I've been experimenting with the 8-string. electric guitar. It has a much narrower neck. It's a little easier to fret, but this isn't really that big a problem. And I've been playing an 8-string or 10-string classical guitar for how long ago was 2000? Gotcha. Was it 1985? It was 1985.
30 years.
Yeah, that's pretty scary, isn't it? Yeah. Still haven't figured out how to play it. But the 10-string goes down the scale. You know, so it's a 6-string guitar. Goes down to a low A. This one goes down to a low E. So this string here is equivalent to the 4th string of a bass guitar. And so that gives me a lot more range. And then it also has a cutaway, so it's easier to get up here than it is on other guitars. And I had a K&K pickup installed in it, which is what was the holdup. It took me a couple weeks since I got the guitar to get the guy to put the pickup in it. So I had to wait for the guitar, and then wait for the pickup to be installed. But now, we're together. don't know if I got my sound right yet, but I've been fooling around with my. I have a looper pedal down there, and then I have a reverb and chorus on the amp. I had a little chorus on the amp, but didn't seem to work very well, so I'm just sort of experimenting. And on the floor, I have the smallest and cheapest looper pedal I've ever seen. It's called the Hot Tone Wally, and you see my foot isn't, you know. It's a fairly big foot, but it's not an enormous foot. You see? These are, so it's that, well, you can see how big the cord is, you know, the little quarter-inch cords. It's a tiny little thing, but all it does is loop, but it has a record level and a playback level, and another little knob that makes it do weird things. But, well, the amp here is a Fishman Loudbox Mini, just a little fella. Actually, for as small as the amp is, you can fill up a room pretty well. A lot of times, I have a larger one of these, and then I have a powered speaker that I can put up on a pole if I want to be really loud. But this one usually does the job. It's it has, you know, it has knobs on it. It has reverb and chorus, plus equalization. You can also plug a microphone into it if you want to sing. But of course, I try to be humane, and I keep my singing to a minimum. But yeah, it really works. Let's see, what if I push this button here? See better, huh? Let's reverb. Let's see. I was just having some fun, and I was going to do a bass guitar show, but I became preoccupied. Oh well. I guess the highlight of the show was having a couple teenagers come on and play classical guitar. Now it's all downhill from now. Here's me showing everybody my 8th string, and not that I know how to play it yet, or how to make it sound good. the trick to this particular tuning is I have an A string. This should be a B string. Which means I need to get a heavier string if I want to keep up with this. But see how this G, so it's just 2 frets. See, the note I'm expecting to play is actually 2 frets higher than it would normally be. But I guess I shouldn't let stuff like that bother me. I'm actually thinking about tuning my E string, this E string, down to a D. And that'll confuse things even more. But then I won't have the problem between my D and A strings, but then I'll have to worry about the E string. Never mind. You get the idea. It's really all about tuning. That's what it all boils down to. So I probably said this, I think I probably even told this joke maybe even last week, but there's a joke there's a joke that goes back like hundreds of years, which, as a lutenist, I spend half of my life tuning the lute and the other half of my life playing the lute out of tune. And then there was somebody who wrote this scathing review of I think it was a Carulli concert in the early 1800s, early 19th century for all these intellectuals, because he was experimenting with alternate tunings for his guitar, these little gut strings made out of some poor sheep's intestines. And those won't stay in tune anyway, but if you keep retuning your guitar, so he, and probably he might have had friction pegs too. I mean, pegs instead of machine. These have gears in them; they're a little easier to work with. So he spent most of the time, most of the concert, tuning. And the reviewer took a dim view of this, and I don't, I think I read it once, and I think it was originally in French, and I think I read it both in French and then translated in English. It's kind of humorous, I guess. But I guess he had to be there. People who tune constantly. So anyway, so well, I'm running low on time. Something's loose in there. I'll bring it back on when I get my new strings. These are Savarez. And speaking of French, French have done some amazing things, but the Savarez strings, I think the D'Addarios and the Labellas have them beat. And so, for classical guitar strings, now, D'Addario is an Italian name, but American with an Italian name, East Coast. And the Labella, as the Iwano Mari, and the Maris are Italians, but they came to this country many years ago, so they're Americans now. And so, yeah, even fit. All right, just so the reason I brought this guitar, partially because of the sense of security you get from knowing how to play, because I didn't know about the other one. But also, this has the same sort of pickup. Of course, it's a different model to pick up because this is a folk guitar, steel string guitar from Canada. It's a Seagull. I've had it for quite some time. And the same guy. Oh no! Put it. This guitar also has K&K pickup put into it. Pickups, these little dots, some sort of quartz changes the vibration. Into an electrical signal, which is amplified by the amplifier, Fishman Loudbox. And but the engineering is a little bit different because this is a steel string guitar as opposed to nylon string guitar, a soft string. Yeah, boy. I lost my little tiny tuning fork. I was probably turned up somewhere, but I was at West Music. Well, I was actually at Musicians Pro Shop and West Music this afternoon. I went to pick up my Fat at the Musicians Pro Shop, and then I had an amp fixed for me at the West Music. The amp I had in the show last week went snap, crackle, pop noises. So at both places, I looked for the little tiny tuning forks. And the one had tuning forks, but they're kind of big, and they had a big rubber thing on the end of it. And the other one didn't have any tuning forks at all. You could order them, and they showed me the kind you can order. They're kind of big. So, but everybody says, "Well, we got these really great ones you clamp on here." I thought, well, I don't want that, because they have like having training wheels on your bicycle. But now everybody has those. So. Anyway. Make it a loop too. I gotta live with that loop. I had a guy call my show back when people used to talk on the phone, you know, and he said that he liked the finger style, but he wouldn't want to do it because he likes to strum. I thought, oh man, I mean. I mean, why can't you strum with your fingers? That's what I would say, but I don't know what to say. Because you can borrow these techniques. There's that. A long time ago, like 40 years ago, there was that song by Heart, "Crazy on You," and there's this one where Nancy Wilson. There's two sisters, and then they're like, originally their boyfriends were the electric guitar players, but Annie sang and Nancy played the guitar, and like an acoustic electric, she went. And then she had a thumb pick on, and then she really truck away and go. Like truly strumming loud, And of course she's wearing boots, and she'd like kick her leg up and stuff like that, she did it, which I wouldn't do. But I was thinking, she's like, it's hard to strum that fast. But if you did like a rasgueo, like. It's kind of a fun song, It's, yeah. I was just thinking, it's cheating. But I borrow my techniques from clawhammer, banjo, or frailing. Some people say there's a difference. Cuatro playing from Venezuela. Flamenco guitar. Don't forget Mississippi Delta blues. And classical guitar. Anyway, this show's almost over, so. See you next week. Upstairs, Uptown Bills.